G'day guys, Joel mate Big J here, and welcome to another edition of Aussie Boxing Talk, the show that literally punches you right between the fucking eyes. And it is world title season. Holy shit, over the next month I have learned, and I hope I'm not missing out on anyone here, that there are 4 major world title fights that are going to happening for Australians. 2 male, 2 female, over the next, the girls are going to be within the next 2 weeks. One next week and one the week after, and then the boys will be next month. So on the next week, on the Amanda Serrano card, we'll be having... hang on, start again. On the Usyk card, Usyk's fighting that Spider Rico bum. Egyptian-born Australian Mia Soliman will be getting her opportunity at the WBO Super Flyweight title, so 115, against Japanese fighter, the champion, Mizuki Hirata. Hopefully I've got that correct. For Hirata's WBO Super Flyweight title. So the champion is 10-0. With 2 knockouts, but this woman is on, this is like her 8th defense. I'm looking at the her record now, the Japanese fighter, and this is her, I think she got the title like in her 3rd fight. Yep, she got the title in her 4th fight. She won the vacant world title back 4 years ago, and she's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be her 7th title defense of that WBO Super Flyweight champion. I think even Susie Ramadan was supposed to be lining her up for a shot with her there at one point. So this is a massive opportunity for Mia Soliman, and a massive card because it's Usyk versus this kickboxer bloke. So that'll be a massive event. Let me just bring it up here. I think it's on Netflix. I'm not quite sure. But Mia Soliman, born in Cairo, Egypt, which is actually where the fight's actually going to happen. So she's actually going back to her home country. Mia's been in Australia since since she was 9 years old. Her family moved over when she was 9, so I consider her an Australian boxer. She wasn't born here, but she was raised here from a very young age, and she learnt boxing here. So I consider anyone who's moved to the country and learnt boxing here, like your Shanika Johnsons, your Alex Leopies, your Mia Solimans, your Barry Michaels, your Johnny Femichons. I mean, if you look up half the world champions Australia have, most of them weren't born here. Johnny Femichon was born in France. Lester House and Barry Michael were both born in England. Mia Soliman, Egypt. There's plenty... Alex Leopi was born in Tonga. But, Shanika Johnson's obviously a Kiwi. But they were raised here from a very young age, and they learnt how to box in this country. So I consider them Australian boxers. So massive opportunity for Mia Soliman, who I've actually seen fight. I actually saw her fight on the Nikita Colin Mazudia undercard. I was actually at that fight, and she got a split decision win over Connie Brown. I wasn't really paying attention to that fight because I was too busy watching, too busy out the back interviewing Jazzy Paro or whatever, who Mia Soliman actually beat last fight to get this fight. So Mia Soliman, as you recall, knocked out Jazzy Paro. I think it was 7 rounds. I think it was. Let me just see if I can find it again. Where is 9? I'm pretty sure she defeated Jazzy Paro. Yep, in the 7th round, knocked her out, and this is what's bringing her to this title shot. So very, very good, very big opportunity for Mia Soliman. So let's hope she can get up. I had no interest in the Usyk card, but now that Mia Soliman's on it, I'm going to watch it. So, and again, the next week on the 30th of May, we have our middleweight champion, Desley Robinson, IBF and WBO middleweight champion, defending her 2 titles against a Mary Spencer Canadian girl with a record of 10-3, with 6 KOs. So that's pretty high KO percentage. And that will be on the Amanda Serrano undercard. It will be on Netflix because obviously I think Desley Robinson is an MVP fighter. Don't know what's going on with the Kay Scott rubber match. I haven't contacted Desley for a while. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit, excuse me, I'm a little bit puzzled how Mary Spencer got this fight, considering that her last fight was against Michaela Mayer for the WBC and WBO super welterweight, and she lost, although she did go the distance. And she's had several title fights, Mary Spencer, and she's lost a lot. When she had Michaela Mayer beat her, and then she lost 2 fights to a Femke Hermans. They were both in Canada, and that was for both the IBF and IBO super welterweight titles. So, I mean, the women's division in middleweight is pretty weak. I mean, I think there's a wall of maybe 40 or 50 women's fighters actually in the middleweight division. I mean, where it's at for the women is probably 126 up to 140, 147. And then it starts to die off. Like 154 is probably the absolute cap. That's where the talent stops. Middleweight, yeah, we've got Kay Scott. We've got, I mean, if you both world champions in the division are women who are either in their late 30s, early 40s, which I think Desley Robinson's about 37, 38, Kay Scott's 42, and both those girls have had under 10 fights, and they've both got 2 belts in the division. That pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Nothing against the girls, of course, because they're both Aussies, but that tells you that the middleweight division's a little weak. Well, pretty weak. I mean, the same with the men's. The men's middleweight division's pretty much up shit creek at the moment, so, but it's ripe for the plucking, so, and hopefully Desley Robinson has another successful defense. I think this is her second or third defense of her belts. She won the IBF against Kay Scott in their rematch. Then she got the WBO against Chloe Chaos, I think it was last year. That was in Melbourne. Excuse me. And then she had a defense overseas, I'm pretty sure. Yep. She had a defense against a Logan Holler. That's right. She beat the shit out of her. She knocked her out in 2 rounds. And that was all October of last year. And now she's got her another defense against Mary Spencer. So probably thinking the fact that Mary Spencer went the distance with Michaela Mayer at super welterweight, I think Desley probably will be challenged. Probably taking the distance, but I reckon Desley will get the win. And hopefully that'll bring to the rubber match that she's going to have against Kay Scott for all the belts, because that's what we want. I mean, an undisputed title fight against 2 Aussies. Yeah, who wouldn't want to grab that? And that needs to happen in Australia, so I hope Jake Paul thinks, well, you know, do something to get the Australian girls fighting in Australia. So Desley's up for a defence with Mia Soliman's up for the challenge. Now, on, I think it's the 6th of June in Japan. I just want to get my facts right. 6th of June in Japan. Hang on a second. So Andrew Moloney will be challenging, 6th of June in Japan. He will be challenging, what's his name? The Mexican fighter, IBF Super Flyweight Champion, Will Garcia Perez. Wilberto Garcia Perez. He has a record of 23-6-2. Andrew Moloney has a record of 28-4. Now, of course, we all remember Andrew Moloney in that very interesting trilogy they had with Joshua Franco. Obviously, Franco beat him convincingly the first time for the WBA Super Flyweight title. Then Andrew got the screw job of the century of that just embarrassing. I mean, when they took half an hour to look at the tape, they made the NRL bloody third umpire look, or the bunker, or whatever the fuck they call it, the bunker look bloody professional. Oh my God. And then, of course, they had a rubber match where Andrew was comprehensively beaten again by Franco. But I think Franco's lost his title since. I don't think he's done... I think he had a unification bout and lost or something. But anyway, Andrew Moloney, obviously at 35 years of age, this will be his last chance to get a world title. If he does do it, I think he will finally surpass his brother Jason. Remember the twins Moloney, there's Andrew and Jason. I've always thought that Jason was just a level above Andrew, but Jason's never won a world title from anybody. And if I'm correct, I think Andrew's actually had more world title fights than what Jason's had, because Jason's had Emilio Rodriguez in a way, then he won the WBO, then he defended it, and then he had, so that's 5. Andrew had his 3 against Franco. Then he fought the Japanese fighter. I can't think of his name. The one that Inoue just beat. I can't even think of his bloody name now. It's run a blank. Jinto Nakatani. I knew it would come to me. Jinto Nakatani. Actually, no, it's 5 and 5 because I'm pretty sure, yeah, Andrews had the 3 against Franco. Then he had Jinto Nakatani. And now this is his 5th fight. So it's 5 apiece for each of the boys. Andrew's record's a little bit better. He's 2 and 3. Where Andrew, well, Andrew will be, what? 2, 1 no decision. It'll be 3 and 2. So, yeah, same record if Andrew pulls this off. Now, if Andrew pulls this off, I think it'll put him just that little bit of a tier above his brother, because his brother has never, not yet, won a world title from a champion. And hopefully, this is a very winnable fight for Andrew. Hopefully he can get it done, because I really hope that he gets it done. If there ever was an Australian fighter who deserves to have a world title, you know, it's Andrew Moloney. And I want to see him actually beat him for it, beat the champion for it. So that's what I want to see, because this would lead to a hopefully a super fight against Bam Rodriguez. Bam's been talking about going up to 118 to fight Inoue. But I don't think that fight happens. I think Inoue's a couple of divisions above Bam Rodriguez, and he won't come back down. So that's happening in Japan. What fight cards are it on? So all this is happening within just, you know, Mir Soliman next week. Desiree Robinson the week after. Andrew Moloney the week after that. This is on the... Wow, I can't even pronounce that name. Who's this Japanese fighter? So the IBF flyweight. So it's on the IBF flyweight title. The Japanese fighter's name there, I can't even pronounce. I think it's Yubaki. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Defending his IBF flyweight title with Perez and Moloney on the undercard for the super flyweight title. So then after that, obviously on June 24th, we've got Liam Paro getting his title shot against Lewis Crocker for the IBF, what do you call it? Welterweight title. I couldn't get that out. Welterweight title. So we all know about that one. It'll be on June 24th. It'll be at the Pat Rafter Arena in Brisbane. I've already done videos about that. I just want to focus on the other 3. So Soliman, Robinson, Moloney. Obviously, if this pulls off within a month, we could have 4... I mean, what is it now? 23rd? No, it's not. What is today's date? I think it's the 17th. Yeah, 17th of May. In 5 weeks' time, by the time the 25th of June rocks around, all right, we could have 4 world champions. Well, we've already got one. Desiree Robinson's already a champion, but we have Mir Soliman, Andrew Moloney, and Liam Paro, all with world title belts. So, I mean, how good would that be if we have 4 champions going at the same... Well, 5 if you can, Kay Scott, 6 Shanika Johnson. And then, like I reported the other day, if all things go right for Jai Patai, he'll get his WBC cruiserweight shot against Noel McCallion in August. And the Aussies have another great year of boxing. I mean, who isn't excited for this? I mean, these are significant cards. Mia Soliman on the Usyk card. That's fantastic. Desley Robinson's on the MPV, what's her name? Amanda Serrano card. That's a huge thing. The card in Japan will be massive, right? Because Japan is, especially for those lower divisions, Japan pretty much owns flyweight up to featherweight or super bantamweight. They pretty much own all those divisions, right? And of course we've got Liam Paro here at the end of June. So in 5 weeks' time, we could have several world champions holding very significant belts, and this is going to be absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think Mia Soliman has the hardest challenge because the champion is on her like 7th defense. I mean, she's only had like, I think 10 fights, and 8 of those have been world title fights. So very tall order for Mia Soliman. Desley Robinson, I don't think she'll have too many dramas with this Spencer woman. Andrew Moloney, winnable fight, 50-50. And Liam Paro, same story, winnable fight, 50-50, could go either way. But hopefully they all get up, things will change. And No Limit needs Liam Paro to win because they need to turn him into a superstar, because if Tim Tszyu loses to Spence, it's all over. So, because that will happen the next month. I mean, hopefully by the time Spence Tszyu rocks around, we're going to have 5 other world champions. At least No Limit will have one in their stable. So that'll be fantastic. But like, share, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts, guys. Were you even aware of these fights? I mean, I wasn't aware of the Desley Robinson one until I just looked it up. Look, I literally just looked it up like 20 minutes ago, 5 minutes before I started this. I said, I'll just look and see what's going on with her. And she's got a world title fight. So the Aussies are getting there, guys. We're getting things done. So like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comments section. As always, guys, tackle the ball, wrestle, croc hard, and yourselves the fuck up. We'll see you again soon.